Boxing Truth here, back with another video. Make sure to smash that like button, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright, look, this is just a post-fight vid about all the fights that happened this past weekend. Haven't really been all that interested in talking about boxing, but let's talk about the fights this past weekend, my thoughts going forward. Let's start with Dimitri Bivol, who had a unimpressive, uninspiring, weak performance against a hand-picked opponent, British level fighter. Cost me my damn parlay, couldn't even knock that bum out. And Bivol was uninspiring, not impressive, boring ass fight, to be honest. The cards had it close. People said they were trying to job him, but honestly, I didn't really see much separation from Bivol in that fight. Landed some jabs here and there, counter him, but it wasn't an impressive performance. Nothing to be excited about. The light heavyweight division is just plain dull right now, man. Now that Kovalev is pretty much done, who knows when he'll fight again. The division just definitely needs some life in it. Bivol is just not the guy to wow the fans, and especially in his last few performances, he hasn't had a good performance in ages. Alfred Beterbiev is what he is. Old, inactive, and on the way out. Zurdo Ramirez now has a promoter that can promote him. And a fight between him and Bivol is an interesting fight. Don't know who wins that one, especially after the performance Bivol just put up. I know he's been off for a while. The inactivity, the layoff, the ring rust, that all has a factor, and it's been a factor for many fighters coming off, the big ass layoff that they've had, Chris Eubank Jr. included. But Bivol just doesn't impress me. He hasn't impressed me in a long ass time, probably since the Sullivan Barrera fight. Just weak performance after weak performance. Can he beat Beterbiev? Maybe, but it's really it comes down to, like, who really cares about this division? This division needs some fire. They need some new blood. They need a big name. They need a more charismatic figure. Kovalev was that guy, but he ain't there no more. So we need somebody else. So we need some life in the light heavyweight division. Eubank Jr., this fucking guy, man. Biggest disappointment. One of the biggest disappointments in boxing today. Still fighting at British level. Can't even knock out British level fighters. Wants to say that he wanted some rounds. Bro, he just couldn't get that guy out of there. Just didn't have what it took, man. I don't understand this project with Roy Jones. This unionship that he has with Roy. Roy's not the guy that's gonna really take him to the next level. Roy was a freak of nature. He was a one of a kind. This was a guy that didn't need a jab to be successful in the game. Why? Because he had unreal athleticism. He had unreal speed, great power, great physicality. He had it all physically, and he had one of the best reflexes ever that I've ever seen in the game. You couldn't touch the guy in his prime, simply because he was too goddamn fast. He was too quick for you. But Eubank doesn't have those abilities, man. He ain't got no jab. Still don't got no fucking jab. His footwork sucks. Slow feet. He has a good engine, decent power, good speed, but he don't got the defense. He don't got the boxing IQ. He don't got the amateur background that Roy had. Roy is not the guy that can really improve him, because Roy didn't need a jab in his prime. He never even jabbed much in his heyday. The dude would get you with lead left hooks and lead right hands and get away with it. He was just that good physically. He just had unnatural ability. Eubank doesn't have that. He needs to improve his jab, needs to improve his footwork, needs to improve a whole lot of things if he wants to even make any noise in the middleweight division. We're still waiting. Eubank most likely gonna fight nobody next, and continue to call out big names and not fight them. Just a huge career trajectory a huge difference between Billy Joe Saunders, who's gonna have the biggest fight of his life this week, and Eubank's fighting coming off Marcus Morrison showcases where he can't even knock the guy out. Eubank is going nowhere. Don't even know if he can beat an Asian Golovkin. Don't even know if he can beat Murata. Andrade would take this guy, would embarrass this dude. Not even worth watching, not even a contest. But we'll see what's next for Eubank. Hopefully he fights a big name in his next fight, so he can take that L and call it a career. Because that's always where he's going. Campbell Hatton can't fight a lick, as Rick Laser was said. This guy ain't going nowhere, man. But you know, give him 20 fights, give him some more experience. We'll see, but I don't see anything special. Taylor Jonas was the fight of the night on the Zone. That was a very good fight. Taylor is one of the few women in boxing that's worth watching. And she's coming off another good win, and hopefully that Miranda Serrano fight could be made. That's like one of the least handful of fights I'm interested in women's boxing. I want to see Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, and I want to see Carissa Shields, Savannah Marshall. Everything else doesn't really matter, but those are the two biggest fights in women's boxing. Let's get those made. Now this fight, Joseph Parker. Man, I cannot believe Joseph Parker continues to get these opportunities. The dude has made a fortune for not doing not much in the ring, man. The dude is just plain out boring to watch. Have no interest in watching Joseph Parker ever fight again. Hopefully he doesn't get another opportunity, but he will, since he's coming off this close victory over against Derek Chisora. Chisora kind of gave this fight away. I actually felt the fight was a draw. Close fight. Chisora just doesn't have the engine, just doesn't have the discipline or the conditioning to fight a full hard 12 rounds. If he did, he would have won this fight pretty handily. But he ran out of gas, and he let Joseph Parker get back into the fight. It made it a lot closer than what it should be. Maybe he still deserved the decision, but he kind of gave this fight away. He was only one round away from winning the fight. But I really don't need to see Joseph Parker fight again. Eddie Hearn needs to stop giving this guy opportunities. I mean, the fortune he's made. This guy got a gift decision against Hughie Fury. Didn't do jack shit against Anthony Joshua. Got beat up by Dylan White. Has had stinkfest against Junior Fa. No need to see this guy again, man, but he's going to continue to get his opportunities. Now let's talk about the PBC card. Sebastian Fundora is a guy worth watching, man. One of the fights of the night. Passed his test against George Cotto, who's a veteran fighter with knockout power. Pretty much a gatekeeper at 154 pounds. And Fundora, he passed the test with flying colors, man. The dude is a problem in the 154-pound division. Yes, he doesn't like to fight. He doesn't like to use his natural physical gifts. Doesn't use his range. Doesn't use his jab often. He likes to get in there and fight. But the dude is exciting to watch. I'm always going to watch him fight. I'm always going to tune in when he fights. And he's knocking on the door, man. He's on his way up there. The dude's a problem in the division. He's very big, very physical. He can punch, and he can take a punch. He took some shots against Jorge Cotto, who's not a light puncher. Passed that test with flying colors. This guy is going to be a problem. All I know is whoever wins Brian Castano, Jermell Charlo, they're going to move up immediately and avoid this kid. It's just what it is, man. They ain't going to fight this dude. He's going to have to be a mandatory to get a title shot. And I fully expect the winner of Castano and Charlo to duck this dude. They ain't going to stick around waiting for this kid. The dude's a problem. You know, he's definitely one of the bigger threats in the division. Him and Tim Tszyu are going to be the future at 154 pounds. And Castano Charlo winner will be the present. But who knows how long they'll stay there when there are other fights that could be made at middleweight. Andrew Ruiz was unimpressive against Chris Arreola. Arreola really came in great shape. He really showed in his last fight against Kanowski that, you know, he's been taking it serious. He's been dedicated, and it showed in the fight against Andy Ruiz. Ruiz ran away with it after Arreola hurt his shoulder. But he put in a good performance, deserved another opportunity against the top 10 heavyweight or so around that level. Ruiz, he'll be in a big fight. I think the Luis King Kong Ortiz fight makes sense. It'll be another pay-per-view. I think that's a good fight for him to take next. And maybe a Wilder down the road. But the King Kong Ortiz fight does make sense. It'll be a good fight. Some, almost 50-50. Ortiz is getting up there in age, but still has some power, still dangerous. Be a good fight. Let's see if that happens. Arreloa Lara, still cherry picking. Fighting unworthy contenders. I mean, that was some bullshit how this fight got made. Lamana he leapfrogged 7 other contenders. I really seriously doubt 7 other contenders turned down the opportunity to fight for a world title, a regular world title, WBA belt, for a chance to fight Arreloa Lara. I seriously doubt 7 other contenders that were ahead of Lamana turned down that fight. But overall, the Fox card was a good card. It was, some Fundora was exciting, fun to watch. Ruiz Arreloa delivered. It wasn't pay-per-view worthy. I mean, I didn't pay $50 for it. I wouldn't pay $50 for it, but it was an entertaining card overall. Katie Taylor delivered on the zone. Joseph Parker bores me to death. Never want to see him fight again. Andrew Ruiz will be in position for another big fight. Arreloa will get another opportunity. Omar Figueroa should never fight again. The dude has less desire and passion for the sport of boxing than Mikey Garcia. He's only going to get hurt if he continues to fight. Fundora will be in a big fight very soon at 154. Cannot wait till his rise at 154 pounds. And it's Canelo Saunders fight week. So let's see what happens. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the fights. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.